Hi there, I'm John, aka Graffiti, and I'm a 3D environment artist in the games industry. This video series shows my approach to environment art creation with the ArtStation challenge brief Beyond Human. Each video is a live stream capture and doesn't contain any music. I suggest putting some on, increasing the speed of the videos and playing them in the background while doing some of your own work. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to see me create environment art live, please tune into my Twitch channel. You can also follow me on social media. Enjoy! Yeah, so we haven't got that much time left, and obviously, as you can see, I've got quite a lot still to do on this. So what I'm going to do to start with is just look at the scene against the reference and note down everything that I still need to change or update, and then maybe prioritize that and then work through it in order and just see how far we get. Chances are I'm not going to be happy with my final submission, just because I think for me the lighting lets it down at the moment. I'm not very good at it. I haven't got a lot of time, so yeah, let's just see how far we can get. Cool, right, okay, so let's open this in a new tab. And then let's get a notepad. And then I've got Helio's image, which is this on this screen. So let's see. Beginning of the end. Okay, now I have got some notes on this already on my spreadsheet, but we'll go into that in a minute once we've jotted everything down. Let me know in the chat if you've got any questions or anything, or you see something that I've missed. Yeah. Right, okay, so pipe. Pipe rims is one. Brackets. Wires, that's a big one. Dun, 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 dun. I need to sort out the ground. That is, well, basically everything, so that is a task in and into itself. Graffiti. Paper wall. Maybe a plastic material. Air cons. Lighting. What else? Okay, so maybe not that much, but oh, decals. Well, that's in with graffiti, isn't it? Decals. General wear. So second layer. Grunge in shader. Okay. So wires is a big one. Wires we can probably sort out tonight. Then I suppose it's nap shader detail bank texture detail bin bag model. And then I think it's just going to be knocking things in a bit, I reckon. So dumpster sign. Right, what else are we going for? Large neon sign, thin out. Bigger. Signs in upper back of shot. Brighton key areas. Detail. Right, okay, so that's not too bad actually. Not too bad at all. So this is my kind of second pass list. So we've got pipe lips and brackets or rims. So those we might be able to do tonight. Air duct, so that's the mesh detail, and the brackets. Well, the brackets I've already done, I think. So we'll have a look at that. But that's the panel detail. Panel detail. Now the pavement and ground, that needs all looking at. So we do need to look at the shaders as well. So brick texture and so instead of having the painted, hello, good evening. How are you both doing? Just going through, you know, what the hell I've got to do to get to finish this damn piece. Hey Lola, top, how you doing? Yeah, not bad. Just comparing like my scene at the moment, so this thing, to Helio's concept and working out what the hell I've got to do to get what I've got left to do. And actually, I mean, there's 12 days. I've got tonight, I've got tomorrow. Oh, the stream. So Thursday stream might be on Wednesday this week. So FYI, I'll say later or throughout. But yeah, I've got tonight, I've got Wednesday, maybe Thursday. That's why I'm moving the stream, because it's a maybe at the moment. Hopefully sometime over the weekend, but who knows. And then I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe not even Thursday next week. And that's all I've got left. So it's kind of a push tonight, a push tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah. It was next Monday. It's on the 18th. Yeah. A week on Monday. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, I find that 12 days is misleading because some people have got, 10 hours a day to put into it. I don't. Yeah. Got a lot of for improving. Yes, Major. Oh, it's a shame you didn't get the job. Did they say why? Why you didn't get it? Because any feedback they had is always useful. Brick texture. Check and second diffuse instead of paint. Retail work, Angel, you work in retail. But it hurt, to be honest, to be told that I was not up to par for the freelance gig. Oh, yeah, it's always a kick in the nuts if you miss out on any position. But what the good thing is that's come from it is that you did get feedback, and as you said it yourself, you have got kind of that want to improve, so just run with it as fast as you can, as long as you can. What are you going to do next? Are you going to what kind of are you going to stick to prop stuff? If you stuck to prop stuff, it might be easier to form an environment out of the props that you've made if they all exist together at the end. Trim normals are done, should be getting a basic texture soon. Yeah! Substance, that stuff. Return later. Yes, do that, it'll be great to see it, Angel. What was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah, I was looking through the thread, not your thread, of just, the general feed. And there seems to be, there's like a big difference between, there's people who've finished, and to be honest, I'd wish they stopped posting because it just makes me feel even worse about where I am at the moment. And then there's kind of people in and around where I am, where it's kind of like most of it's done, but it doesn't look that great yet. And then like the stage below that, it seems to be there's a hell of a lot of people who well, I suppose they're at your stage, Angel, where it's kind of like, well, there's not a lot, there's a few people who are kind of like, I've done all the modelling, I'm going to start texturing, and then under that there's people who are kind of just got a block out. I mean, I'm guessing they've kind of started and not finished, and that's fine, but it's kind of like, I want to finish, but there's still so much to do. To work on my projects I already have and improve the presentation. Yep. Yes, substance, and the forum threads I made asking for help. It shows what kind. Yes, chuck it in the thread. I'd make those trims section into. Change my model them in Modo, worked out quicker and easier. Yeah, Angel, I agree. Sometimes it's just easier if what you call it, you model it and then bake a render of it in Modo. I definitely agree with that. Just use whatever's fastest for you. Did that yesterday too. Did you watch that? So I'm feeling behind as well. It couldn't be helped, sadly. Yeah, well, all we can do is do as good as we can, and that's it. And as long as you've learned something, then it's great. And to be honest, I've learned so much doing this one project, and hopefully it'll be one of these projects that I revisit later and smash. knowing that everything's in already, but right now I think it's just going to be done and submitted rather than done and super proud of it. Yes, Angel watched Dynasty stream from yesterday. I was in and out of it briefly because I was doing other things. But yes, he was talking about doing trim sheets, and I think he's got quite a few. He's got like 1 or 2 videos on trim sheets on YouTube anyway, so they might be good to have a watch of. But the concept's quite simple and straightforward. But yeah, it's kind of getting as much as you can out of tiling textures and trim sheets. That's what I've done on this. Right, where's that gone to? Nowhere. There we go. This is the thing I made. Appreciate if you'd just take a look at this and help me find my way, because I'm feeling rather lost at the moment. Right. What am I doing wrong? Like the task I'm getting rejected for every art test, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because he does. What would be good? Although I specialise in Right, hold on, that's major. Oh right, so this is someone's response. Oh god, this guy's good, who he's linked to. Yeah, I mean, that is incredible. Showing technical skills. Things more complete finished yet, that's good as well. So taking time, it's not always about the prop being wrong. Yeah. Think you're... So it all seems down to presentation mainly that people are picking up on. Here's another one for inspiration. Oh yeah, see, fantastic presentation, isn't it? It's amazing how much just a surface and a grouping can do. Yeah, that's really good. Dun, 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 dun. Drawn person, wide angle, wireframe, text sheets, maybe. Yep. For your props at the moment, I wouldn't worry about having a marmoset viewer. Just put images up. Personally, I don't really like marmoset viewer. I think they're good to have, but I never really look at them. I always just look at images because images are quicker to click through. You can... Yeah, that's a good point. Screwed up, download a pack of references. I haven't read your CV, but CVs are something that I do generally read. This has had quite a lot of, comments, seeing as though you only put it up. When did you put it up? 4th. Oh, yesterday. Sorry, I'm not really paying much attention. I would suggest revisiting the lighting on your environment as it is currently quite dark. See the hardware you put into it, yeah, but also texture stuff. So the two things I'll be doing in the near future will be presented all the things, yeah, and learning texture better, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Make a lot more. Right, I can see what they're saying with make a lot more work, but it is always quality over quantity. But yes, your presentation, like out of these, this is the best presented. And even then, I do agree with what that person was saying about displaying them, the Battlefield 1 stuff where it's just on a surface. It's kind of, there's a bit of a story, as in someone could pick it up. But yeah, I do agree with the presentation. 3D artist, that's fine. Yeah, I think you need to, if I remember, yeah, so these are from the same scene, I think. I can't remember. So maybe combine them, but maybe even just remove them, because if you want to just go into weapons, then just show weapons. But I really agree with the presentation. And if you start with the presentation as well, you might, as you're going along, relighting these and kind of rendering them on nice backgrounds. You can just give the shaders a bit of a tweak and the textures a bit of a tweak as you go, which will help quite a lot. So I would, yeah, just sort out the presentation of these three, remove these two, and then move on to your next thing. Same texture method, really. Right. I think, like Loadout Top was saying, that it's quite dark, this scene. And to be honest, I think it works against you in that it's quite simple. And I'm not really sure what's happening, what's meant to be happening, what you're trying to get across to the viewer. So I would just remove these for the moment. Like in comparison, first, second, third. But yeah, I would do the presentation first. I think let's put the thumbnail you're using. Yeah, size shown is quite dark compared to the other weapons. So the nice details in your wood. Yes, I agree with that. And the same kind of thing with this as well. You can see the shadow. It's kind of, the light is hitting it here, but it's not. It's like the lights. Where is the light coming from? Like over here, maybe pointing in. But yeah, I think it's not a very interesting composition. So maybe with the gilded axe, because it's ornamental, maybe cross them and put them like on a shield, or model a helmet, like a knight's helmet to go with it, just to, set it off. And also if you modelled something for it to sit upon, you're also showing, hey, I'm thinking about this kind of thing. Would it be better to show only one of the rifle variants per screenshot render instead of the duo shot that? See, all you can do is see what other people did. So if we go back to, where's that guy? It's not that guy. Is it this? See, even that's quite nice, yeah. So what's he got? So he's got close, see, they're really good. If you can do something like this, bit of depth of focus, brilliant. Yeah, so definitely something like this. close up on a really nicely detailed area of it. But what did the Battlefield 1 guy post? Ah, it's here. Is this it? Yeah. And again, see, he's done exactly the same thing. Just put on the detail first. Yeah, I think I only have the double shot if it's different on the other side. Or actually, no. Maybe just remove it. You don't need two. Like with all these, it's just one thing. And what you can also do is you might, or maybe you have two guns and they both are on different sides. So you've got this angle down here and maybe the other one's angled up there, but that might screw with your composition. So see how it works with one first. Yeah, so I did that. We'll talk about I've got to think about this presentation and promotion. It's key to say it really is. I definitely agree with that, because no one will click on it if it's just, you know, if it's boring to look at. So I don't know, let's scroll down here a bit. So it's probably killing my stream loading all this stuff, but so let's have a look. So out of these images, what's the most interesting? So I know these are a lot of Uncharted, so just ignore them. But if they weren't Uncharted, I'd probably click on this one because it's nice and bright to have a look at. I quite like this one. Simple, nicely presented. Maybe I want to see, like, there's some detail in here, but I can't really see it from this far away. I quite like this one again, the lighting. It's like what's through the red door, that kind of thing. With things like this, I will click on because I'm very interested to see. I like looking at wireframes. But this one here, it's just black and red, and I'm sure there's something interesting in there, but I can't. I'll probably just scroll past it. And likewise, this one, it's kind of all the same. It's kind of like, I don't think I'll gain anything by looking further into this one here. Yeah, so it's kind of think about who you're potentially up against, and then, or going to be surrounded by. So if you have a look at, refine it, so you're looking at weapons, you can look who you would come up as near, and then what's making them stand out. Yeah, it needs to be eye-catching. Because otherwise the elite is pulling out people quickly. It's funny that you say elitist, because we were talking about this at work. I think there is a layer of elitism on there. Right, what we're doing on this. Direct action, second diffuse instead of the paint on this wall. Grunge texture. Well done. Second layer. Right, let's just break this down. Modeling. Copy. Texture in. Right, so wires, sort out the ground. Decals go down here. Paper wall is a model. Plastic material is down here. Right, lighting is its own beast. Lighting. General wear, yeah, that's in the second shader. And that's also in texturing. Bin bag moles in here, that's in here. Knock things together, thin out, make bigger, largely on side, so that's texturing. That's all placement. Aircon panel detail, that's all placement. Okay. Just like the scene of yours has. The light in the back draws you in. Yes, but I think mine needs to be a lot brighter compared to Helio's concept. It's very, very dark, and you can see I'm losing a lot of the detail that Helio's got in. So I think if I was to put this on now, it wouldn't be that successful because people would just go, oh, it's a dark alleyway, boring. Yeah. Right, pavement, so that's that one he's sorting out. That's all fine. So they need a dirt pass. Wires, I need to do them. Right, so we'll go in here and put, or have I got? So you can see I've hardly touched my textures after doing the base ones. So really I could do with that like a whole pass on the painted stuff, these materials, but I ain't got that much time. Right, okay, so let's do enough of the faffing. What can we do tonight? We could do the pipe rooms, or we could do the pipe brackets, they won't take long. That's placement, air panel detail, that's not that. So let's number these. 1, 1, and the wires are quite important. I need to do that. That's a 3. Well, to be honest, these are all 1s. Maybe that's a 2. In fact, that could be a 2 as well. So this is the order I need to go in. Then in here, I need that brick texture, grunge for the second layer, and the general wear. Oh shit, and I also need to do. Right, so that's a 3. Maybe these are a 2. That's a 3 because it's in there already, and really these are a 1. And this is obviously a number 1. Okay, so I've got more of a plan of what I need to sort out. Asset list 2. So let's crack on. You know, loadout, I did actually do a wire in here in that method. Here we are, just before I went away. But I feel like there's a bit too much faff in you know, Unreal, just sorting these all out, making them all individual and stuff. I think it's a good idea, but it might be easier for me at this stage to use mesh operations in Modo and just keep lacing the geometry over them and built it up that way. Just because I think that might be a bit more time efficient for me. But it's quite cool. I did follow a tutorial to do it. But yeah, I think in this case, I think using curves might be a bit easier. So what we're doing, pipe rims and brackets. So we need to look at that. And hopefully we can blast through this stuff, because really need to get a move on a bit. Yeah, so we'll probably just model one and keep moving it. So let's get this. So let's do it on this section that we need. Oh crap. Oh, man, it's been so long. Loop, copy, paste. Yeah, that looks all right. Break. Cool. Then let's move this across. Now, what do the... So maybe they're a little thinner. And then let's just put these about. Get into as much as yours, and I'll have to sort out the last series, so it's just curious since I'm also just pretty strapped for time. Yeah, I think well, if you, whichever, I think it's whatever you're fastest in. As you say, we're both running out of time, so if you're faster doing it in UE4, then do it in UE4, but if you're faster in another program, then do it in that. Yeah, otherwise you might find that you're just trying techniques out, which is good, but time is of the essence. Okay. I mean, doing these pipe rims is probably not that important. Maybe some of the other things are, but in my mind I need to get back into what I'm actually doing, and this will be a good warm-up, plus I get something out of it as well. It's always good getting back into it, is that what you're saying? Muffin. What I might do is just put these on so I can see what's going on. Yeah, that looks fine. And then these I can copy and paste down here. Brill. Dun, 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 dun. Well, you say that it is in like the corner of my eye, but when the text starts, you know, speeding up, I kind of have to just let it go and then catch up eventually. It is difficult though. Yeah. Okay, what's going on here? That's going over there, so we can put this over here. this side some more. So I might be able to get away with not doing brackets because it could be implied that where these connections are, they could be brackets themselves. We will see. It won't be too hard to put something in. We can just attach them in places, maybe put hoops around them or something. Okay, let's move on to this building. So, 3 buzz were reminiscent over armor modding days, and the chat was very fast. What are brackets? So the brackets are just, you know, how it attaches onto the wall. So all these pipes are just magically floating in midair. And I was just thinking it might be quite cool if there was something that connected it to the wall, so like you would in real life. Just might help the scene, you know, subtly. Right. There's 2 here. Okay. With bolts on it. Yes, exactly that. Yeah. So like a little ring with a bolt on it. Just might help in places, but again, maybe it's such a minor thing that I don't need to worry about it yet. Right, so these back ones, a couple down here. Okay, so they're kind of thicker. Just turn these off for the moment. Come on. Should really disable autosave. It always feels like it's going to crash when it comes up. like it's quite smooth, that. It could be, it could just be the seam, maybe it just needs resetting. Okay, we've got one down here. It's lightning fast around this. Oh, there's always one that goes off. I don't know why. Cool. Right, so now it's, so they got some, so I need to put some in there, which I can grab from down here. Great. How are we doing? Alright, so all the thinner ones have got something on them apart from them. Need to do them. So let's grab these. These also I think need bases. Although I don't think you see them. No, you don't see them, so let's sort that, we don't need them. They don't look completely round. Oh well. Because this doesn't look completely round. So we'll do that at the end. Right, so these have got kinks in them. I think the kinks go back up here. Is that right? All you see, but yes, all the way up there. Right, so they're quite thin. Cool. Oh, they already go quite far up. That's pretty good. Yeah, actually, going back to keeping an eye on the chat, when I do see the conversation move up, if I'm looking at the viewport, but if I'm looking at my orthographics, I don't see anything. Oh, Sasho. Oh, sorry. It's funny, as soon as I said the chat moves quite quickly, I just totally ignored it. Do you use Mono at work or just for personal stuff? Loud out. It's Maya at work. Not progressing a lot. That's a shame. You could show us what you've done at the moment. No, because I'm working. I'm practicing. Years ago, I have no clue on 2D. Yeah, exactly. But I'm trying out values and colours. So you don't mess it up. Sasha, if you want people to comment on your work, then post it on Polycount or something like that. Then I don't leave it on just, like a random bunch of people. Like I know we're here to help. Why aren't these in the right place? It's because those tubes don't exist up there. Yeah, because the more you put your work out there, the quicker you are going to get feedback and know how to improve. And I think, limiting or restricting what you're working on or what you're using is a good way to learn. But unless you get feedback from people, like people who are fresh to it, don't know what you're trying to draw, and letting the drawing like really tell them what's happening, then you're not going to improve as much as you want. It's really too if you make things less textural colours or opposite colours. Yeah. You suddenly have to start thinking a lot more about what you're doing. And it does make you think of things in different ways and how best to overcome them. And I know it's hard posting work up and saying, this is what I've got. But then that's kind of what's good about this challenge thread, is that it encourages you to post work up, as it's one of the requirements that you have a work in progress thread of the submission. And knowing that you're, posting up to people who are experiencing the same problems as you are, really does help with getting the like finding a solution that will work for you. That didn't rotate properly. Okay, so what can I use over there? Quite a lot. This can go over here. Damn you, autosave. There's a pipe that goes to nowhere. Interesting. Did not even see that. Maybe it'll be worth just doing this. But getting rid of this geometry. Save before this crashes. Hi Hilly, how you doing? You don't need to reply. So you're working at the pipes. Are they all instances? Pipes, Python, I see, yep. They are not all instances. In fact, this is one complete mesh, which I know you shouldn't do, but it just saved me quite a lot of time early on. And you know what? I could, break it all up, but that would take a hell of a lot of time and getting it all back in Unreal would be a pain in the ass, so I am going to leave it for the moment. Yeah, controversial, but for this project, needs must, and I have the need for time. Just bye for a bit, not going to stay long. Just came from my weekly dose of watching John getting punished for doing pipes. It's in 2 weeks. Yes, I am doing pipes for the moment as I need to get back into what the hell I'm actually doing. I was compiling a list before at the beginning of the stream of what else I need to do, and it turns out there is a lot I still need to do. Yeah, so we are doing that. We're going to work through the list in tonight's stream and in tomorrow night's stream. So I'm streaming tomorrow night as well, because I might not be able to stream on Thursday. Ta-da! Oh, have I got a new follow from somebody? Auto Mech. Quite like that as a name. Thanks for the follow. Feel free to comment on in chat, or if you've got any questions, let me know again in the chat. It's a friendly bunch in here. Want to improve, so that is what we're trying to do. Where are you going on holiday, Helio? Anywhere nice? Hi Automech, no problem, how you doing? Making a hell of a lot of typos. It's 2.5 weeks of me time, yeah, that does sound good. Automech, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit? Are you in the industry? Are you learning? Are you a student? Are you... Well, you don't have to say anything, of course, but always good to know, like, who's on the stream or who's watching. What kind of software do you use? That kind of thing. What's interesting for me is how you found this. Like, how did you come across the stream? Just to see, you know, if there's, oh shit, copy paste. Yeah, just so I get an idea of, you know, where you found me, that kind of stuff. Shit. And one last pipe right at the end. Probably don't even need it. But always good to put it in. Oh, come on. Winning, right, that's great. So everything should now pretty much, apart from this thing and this thing. So what's down here? So a big wide one, which will probably be best if it's one of these. And then it's just that trio, I think. Win. Right, brilliant. Didn't take that long, and that is the job done. Apart from the old texture inside. So, Sure, I'm a technical artist for a company in Louisiana. Oh, for Turbo Squid. Right, yeah, I've heard of them. They've got a competition on at the moment, I think. So, as I work, cool. I have a few friends that work on doing the character part of the contest. Yeah, I wanted to find someone streaming who was doing it, since that is something I've been striving for. Wall of text. No, love it. Love a bit of background. Yeah, so you want to get into environment art. Well, I'm glad that you stumbled across it on ArtStation. In fact, who else is streaming at the moment? Submissions, Twitch streams. Sergey's on as well. Brill. Oh, does that tell you how many views I've had through ArtStation? That's quite impressive. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty ace, that. So yeah, thanks for stumbling across me. Yeah, they sell 3D assets. Yeah, on Automech we also have, well, it's early days, but we do have some sort of a Discord. If you want to post up any of your work, or you want crit from anything, just bung it in there and someone will get around to it. Likewise, comment on other people's stuff. Yeah. So have you done much environment work, or are you just starting out? These can be packed. Should have probably saved it. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Well, I mean, I've got, how many am I on now? I think I've got 9. Let's have a look. No, not 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 8. I'm in 8. And I only really comment in Hour 1, Dynasties 1, and I've got a BAFTA 1. Right, that's fine. So let's first of all, let's save it before this crashes. Then let's reset all the normals. So this worked. And let's reset the normals on the pipes. And then back to, so this is pipes or rims. And let's do a second UV set. Just copy this paste this. And Alt W. Oh, I've forgotten all my shortcuts. I'll do for that. Brill. And then let's just export these. 2015. Bung them into the exports folder. Go into here. Update my pipes. Wherever they are. Pipes. Where the hell are they? Pipes. Re-import. Oh, I've got to do that tomorrow as well, yeah. Successfully re-imported, that's good. And we'll just import the rims. Import. So I had to mute most of them, or else I'd be hearing that ringing all day long. Port tutorial last week on Substance. I hope it will be worth it, but it will be a good condo. I've got 11 servers. The most active. Roda Squares. Side work. I've only worked on props inside work, mostly texture and material creation, so step up figure as scenes. Yeah, go for it. I mean, what I'd recommend is start with, a prop. Maybe it's stuff that you've got already, and if they're all part of the same, feel. So if you've got, let's think about this. So say you've got like you've got some blacksmith tools, so you make them as props, and so you make some tools and then they're done, and then you go, right, well, maybe the tools hang on something or can be put on something, so maybe you do a table for them to go on, and maybe one of those anvils, and maybe like a stone wall, and then once you've got there, maybe flesh out the room a bit more, so maybe put in a stone slab floor, maybe a bit where the furnace is, and then just kind of build the scene up like that. I wouldn't, if you're new to environments, I would start with props first and then make an environment using those props. That way you're always doing, a quick turnaround on assets, so you don't feel like you're overwhelmed at any point or anything like that. You can see the progress quite quickly, and then it also means that even if you don't do an environment, you have loads of assets to put in your portfolio anyway. So that would be my kind of words of wisdom on getting stuck into environments. And these are steel battered. Got all of those rims. Lovely. So we want to do the steel battered into here. And this needs to be 1, and this needs to be 256. Save. And then let's just drop them in. And there you have some rims that are hardly noticeable. Excellent, just what we wanted, although it is quite nice in there. And that's really what I wanted. So when it gets a lot brighter, you get just a bit more of a silhouette. Excellent. Yes, get in there. Right. Save that. Update my list. Brackets, let's leave for the moment. But this is done. Shit. It's this one. and brackets we'll leave for the moment. I think with brackets on the air duct, they just I don't think we need any. I think I've already got these brackets in, and I think that will do it, so we'll leave that. Right, what's next on the art? So pipe rims, that's done. So let's put a done area. Cool. Right, I've got pipe brackets and wires, so let's maybe leave the brackets because again it's quite dark. Can always it's like edges like that. We won't do them yet. We'll push them down to down here. Cool. So wires, the bane of my life, and the ground, because we've got lots of seams going on and I need to sort that out. And that might also include ground textures. This has moved on quite a lot. After this project, yeah, I think Angel, I might do the same. I'm going to do some foliage actually in my other scene, so something completely different. They just floated. Why are there so many pipes in the first place? Those people are probably flushing traffic. What if they're just empty? I think it's just it's this beyond human idea concept. So it could be that there's so many pipes because we're on like the floor, like the sub-zero, not the sub-zero, but the bottom floor of like 10 floors. And I think as time's kind of gone on, planning permission has kind of gone out the window a bit, and they've just had to build. And so the reason why I think there's a lot of supports and piping is just civilization the city trying to keep up with itself, and so just putting pipes everywhere to keep on top of it. That would be my interpretation. Right, wires, that's what I was doing or about to do. So let's do a new version of this. And then wires across 2 girders. And then up one side. Okay. So I might do a little bit of a block out first. So if we get these, get the girders, which are here. There we go. And the stairwell we can't really do, but we can. Stairwell. Cool. Ah, so it is in place. Excellent. Okay, the signs we can't really do, but that's fine. Let's go with that for the moment. Or I was just listening. Block, you don't need to do things in ways. Yeah, so I think I was on the money. All of that from one image. Right, so I want to not do that. I want to do this. Pi 3 So where are we? We're about here. Let's do 3. And we want to move this so it's kind of like in the midpoint, I think. Just over. I think it's more like there. So this bit is like this. And then we come across and we do it to sort of here. And then it goes over the top, like so. Dun, dun, dun. Awesome. Something like that, I think. Yeah. And then by the looks of it, there's something else going down here. Again, it's a bit shorter, like so. Maybe this bit. It's like this. Yeah, down to something like that. And then I think there's some wiring coming down from the top. And on the other side too. Come on. This is above the thing on this side in front of the air duct. And it's also on this side, on the corner of the building. Brill. So, have something to go on now. And then let's just make all of this just wire, and I'm just going to colour that so I can see it. There we go. Brill. And let's just get rid of some background buildings that we don't need. So we need that. Need that, don't need that, need that, suppose don't need that, and this one, which I don't know, is B, F, E, cool, save that, right, Beyond Human Below, just updated my page, cool, I'll have a look at that. If you can make up stories, then my also, exactly, yes, exactly. The trim sheet. Quick question, whilst you're here, is the floor mainly mud or is it more concrete? That is a great question, loadout. Originally concrete and asphalt, but the lack of maintenance coupled with the constant dripping of the pipes turned it into a giant muddy pothole. Okay, so it's mud, well, it's concrete, asphalt, mud. Okay, that's great. So I could do like a mud mesh, because my issue is I don't want it. So with the floor, sorry Daniel, we'll get to this in a minute, Angel. So have I got this open already? There we go. So obviously there's lots of seams going on, so that's the one thing at the moment. But what I I mean, what's good in a way is my individual debris, but the floor, I don't want it. I've seen in a couple of submissions where it's just kind of the ground is very much just like one material smushed, and I want to get away from that. So I think either I'm going to have to model in damaged concrete, which is fine, or at least I can use my texture and just kick up the damage a bit. But it might be good to model in patches of mud as assets, and then have a tiling texture on that, and then that way it's kind of, you're getting a difference in the look of it, which I think will help in the scene quite a lot, just because there's a lot of, you do see a lot of the floor. So I think I might go down that route, so let's put that on the list. Sort out the ground, mud model, work up, pavement. Cool. Is the trims? Just edit to make it clearer. Has anyone downloaded the desktop version of Twitch? It's the next error I need to deal with. So hopefully, yes. Angel of Daniel, yes. Doesn't sound as cool. Oh, love it. Right, let's get rid of my submission and let's just refresh this. Someone's put something on. Right, getting back to it. So been busy. Yep. This model now for. Has it been baked? Yeah. This week, yeah. Yeah, it looks, even just from this, you can see it, I can see it looks more like the concept, I think. Oh, that's better. Okay, the floor. Trims. Yeah. Cool. So I would say with the floor pieces, so you've got kind of, it's the same image in each quadrant. So I would either make, can we open this in a new tab? Yeah, that's where I went. Okay, so I'm pointing with my mouse. So yeah, so you've got the same image in each quadrant, whereas I think you don't need to. If these three were different, you had different variations, and by all means, I think you should have different variations, because you can see in your main image. Can we open this in a new tab? So let's just put this here. Okay, so you can, so you've got multiple, they're all using the same texture, so either have the texture as just one of these and then use the whole texture resolution, or make, you know, have these as variants on this. So maybe one's got like a hatch in it, maybe one is, I don't know, like it's got a grate in it, and also I think you've got all these shit. Well, I just, here it is. So you've got all these other textures. Like I would put some of these on the floor as well. You know, down the edging. So maybe I can't remember what the actual image looks like. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you can see that there's quite a lot of detail on the floor in panels. So just use what you've got in that trim texture and just piece the floor back together. That'll look really cool. But yeah, you're definitely on the right track in terms of you've got you've got trim sheets to work off now. You just need to fill out the environment. What I'd also do at this stage, which will help a lot, is get this into Substance Painter and then just do a quick diffuse and AO map from it, and pull those in as well, because then you'll get a roughness map and put those into Unreal, and that way you'll get a better feeling for the environment, and see how much detail you're actually pulling out in places, because it could be that you don't need to do more than one variation of this floor panel. But yeah, I would do that next. So yeah, but nice though. Let's give that a like. What the hell? Wires. Gonna do substance tomorrow. Yeah. Texture's gonna break up that floor. Yep. You're going to put the texture to do get the texture to do the heavy lifting. Yes. I think yes. Yeah, like I've done a bit. Just do tiling textures as much as possible. It will save you so much time. Like I'm realising, so these two here and the texturing, that's these two machines. Helio's actually done call outs for them. So I need to probably do these at some point next week, or this weekend, because you do see it in the picture. And I don't think I'm going to get away with just solid things. At the moment I do because it's so dark, but it needs to be brighter, the whole thing. Right, wires. So, did we do the curve first? I think we did, so let's do that. So let's go in here. Curve. And then I need curves that go around the thing. So probably best to start them